The story begins with the protagonist explaining that ghost spirits previously only appears in supernatural incidents. Some are harmless and some are evil. 100 years ago, ghost spirit greatly increased and started to kill humans for joy. Humans' number has decreased, struggling to survive, until Ghost Master appeared. They has ghost power potential and can fight with scary ghost spirits and evil spirit controller. Every ghost will bind with the contractor with a special item known as Ghost Token, but has to be picked by a ghost to enter the academy and become a Ghost Master candidate. At present, in Lu's City 2nd Ghost Master Academy, the protagonist was nervous as today is the Summon Spirit ceremony and he is about to summon companion ghost. In case someone failed, their entire life is doomed and they can only be the city's child producer. A normal children in this world needs to reproduce at least 10 children before the age of 30. That's still okay, but if one fails the ceremony and it goes out of control, one might die. This 15-year-old boy, Lin Feng, is the protagonist of the story, who is a Ghost Master's Academy student. 10 years ago, his parents left him to die since he picked a weak ghost aura's token. Everyone around him makes fun of him and called him a trash for picking a trash token. But one day, Lin fights back and beat all of them. Back at present, he was thinking that only when he becomes stronger, he won't get bullied, so he must succeed in today's Summon Spirit ceremony. A strange man came and introduced himself as their examiner for the Summon Spirit ceremony. The other students realized that this examiner is the Ghost Master Association leader. He tells everyone to take out their ghost tokens and generate their mental spirit on the token. Lin looked at his token and wondered, a ghost token that looks like this, can it even summon a ghost spirit? The examiner said, after a long period of pregnancy, today is the day they will summon the ghost spirit. Suddenly, a student starts shouting as he saw a lot of blood coming out of his bowl. Another girl shouted that her token is also reacting. It's so hot, while Ling thought, why isn't his reacting? The examiner tells everyone to be silent and explained that under his ghost aura's pressure, their token seems to have a reaction, so it has been awakened. The other students were giving it their all, as they didn't want to be a normal human. The examiner announced those who didn't have their spirit reacted means their companion has died, so they can leave the class. A student shouted at him that he is not even a human, so why should they listen to him? Lin knows this paper-made man is controlled by the Ghost Master to be a substitute, but the main issue he has is that his ghost companion is not reacting. The guy from earlier makes fun of him by saying, as expected of someone who came from the orphanage, he is just trash. Lin was staring at him, but the student tells him to be careful as a mere reproducer can't beat up a future Ghost Master. He then gets in front and tells the other students to get lost quickly as they are all trash. A student gets angry and shouted he will beat him senselessly, but before he could reach him, the examiner sucked all his energy, and the boy collapsed. Lin saw the boy and realized that this is the power of a Ghost Master. The examiner then announced those who have a ghost companion aren't on the same level as the others anymore, so the others can get lost. Lin gets up and left the classroom, thinking if he is really just trash. Everyone inside the class gets happy after being able to summon their ghosts. But then, the fat boy from before shouted for help as his ghost was trying to possess him. Everyone panics and shouted his ghost companion is an evil ghost spirit and he got possessed by it. The fat boy then starts attacking the other students while they were running away from him. Lin was watching the whole scene and thought, if the examiner is not interfering, this means that he wants to use the evil spirit to test the students. The fat boy then noticed Lin and dashed toward him to attack. He jumped at him, and as he was about to kill Lin heard a voice saying, Ghost Companion Aura Movement System activated. And then, a girl gets summoned before him and formed a Ghost Companion contract. Lin looked at the white dress girl and wondered if she is his Ghost Companion. The system said, Ghost Spirit Summoning Mission completed. Items and rewards will automatically get stored inside the inventory. While Lin was thinking that she is cute, the system notified him that his spirit can be upgraded. One ghost spirit pill is required, so does he wish to continue? His spirit was on F rank, so Lin knows that it cannot defeat the other spirit, so he said yes to the upgrade. He then gets surprised to see that along with his spirit, his body got strengthened by 30% too. Even his hearing and sight all have increased a lot. He gets a mission to name his spirit, as it allows him to communicate better with his ghost companion. Lin remembered someone from the past and decides to name her Tong Tong. The fat spirit gets angry and released his power. The examiner tells the other students to stay behind him, as this D-rank spirit is going into berserk mode. Lin thought Tong's skill is still uncertain, so letting her deal with the D-rank spirit is too risky. Even if he becomes a ghost master, he still has to rely on himself, and then he dashed toward the evil spirit. Now that his sight and reaction time got better, he dodged the evil spirit's attack and hit him with the chair. But the spirit laughed and was about to kill Lin, when his sword got stopped by Tong. Tong activated her evil mode and destroyed the evil spirit weapon. Lin and the examiner couldn't believe that Tong get into a second state. Tong then easily defeated the D-rank spirit. The system updated, the first battle completed. He has killed a D-rank evil spirit, ghost experience increased by 80, and obtained 1 ghost spirit pill. Lin thought it levels up differently from how the teacher taught, but the reward is fabulous. Now that the danger is resolved, Tong Ghost Aura auto returns to the token. The other students realize that Lin is strong enough to kill a D-rank spirit, so they have to follow him in the future. The examiner praised Lin, saying he is very talented and courageous. Compared to him, the others are just cowards. He said, since the ceremony is over, from today onwards, they all are Ghost Master's trainee. The examiner looked at Lin and thought, his first summon is an E-rank ghost spirit, and it easily exceeds its rank. So who in the world Lin Feng really is? Meanwhile, Lin was thinking of nurturing Tong, and swears to become the strongest ghost master and stand above all. After a while, in Liu City's inner old area, Lin was in his room and summoned Tong. And as expected of a ghost spirit, when it appeared, the surrounding temperature decreased by quite a lot. He praised Tong that she did great today, but she didn't respond to him. Lin wondered if Ghost doesn't have consciousness, or is that she is weak tight now and need to level up more to gain consciousness. The system notified that he talked with Tong for over 5 minutes, so he gained 5 spirit experience and 1 companion favorability. He checked Tong's status and thought her evil mode is very special, since he never heard about it before. Lin decides to not use the spirit pill for the upgrade, so he can prevent unwanted attention. The first step is that he needs to understand how the system works, like ways to obtain experience. He gained experience by even patting her head, even though he can't touch her body. He tried to teach her and gained experience for that as well. Even watching movies, doing daily activities, gave him the spirit experience and favorability. In the whole day, he earned 50 ghost spirit experience and 10 companion durability, and then he went to sleep. He was not able to sleep, thinking, even though Ghost doesn't need to sleep, but he feel weird this way. Then the next day, at the academy gate, everyone was talking about how he easily defeated a D-rank spirit. A teacher tells every student to get on a bus. Inside, there were ghost spirits, but since Tong was not reacting, so he realized that they won't have any threat. There was a ghost beside him, so everyone wondered, why is he so calm? The teacher tells everyone to stop being scared and shocked. He said, the outer city is full of ghost spirit, but these are ghost spirits with no evil aura, so just ignore them and learn to interact and live with them. They reached the city gate number 4, where the teacher showed his identification to go outside. Everyone gets surprised to see the rumored gold wall that prevents ghosts from passing through the city wall. After traveling for a while, they reached their destination, the outer city. The students were talking, there really are many ghosts in the outer city, and then wondered why there are this many workers and they all are middle-aged men. Lin said, above age 40, those that don't have reproductive value can only come here and do physical work. Then they all heard the examiner's voice that they met again. He explained that the course is of 3 months and tells everyone to collect the map and coordinate tracker, then find that building area to find a place to stay. He said that all homes have sealed ghost spirits, so those who can defeat it can own that house. They can select their target and team up to defeat it, and can defeat it alone to have the house for themselves. This is their first test. He added that the larger the house, the stronger the ghost spirit. The strongest difficulty is the mansion, so those who want to live in the mansion can try it, and they have only 1 day. The system gave a new task to Lin, that he has to obtain a house by himself, and the reward is between 100 to 1000 ghost spirit, depending on the house size. A beautiful girl approached Lin and asked if he wants to team up with them. She used her womanly charms on him to make him say yes, but to her surprise, he refused, saying he wanted to have a house all to himself. The girl was feeling embarrassed, as she hadn't been rejected by any male in her life before. One guy calls him arrogant and said he is going in the wrong direction, as that place is the mansion area. After a while, Lin reached the mansion area and thought, the ghost aura there is different than others. He asked an old man, how can he enter the mansion, but the man tells him to go back and find other area. He said, these few mansions were indeed prepared for students, but it's been 10 years, no one has moved in before. Lin asked if no one dared to try it before, but the old man replied, there were few brave ones who tried, but they all died. He said, the mansions have C-rank evil spirits, that even the official ghost master might not be able to single-handedly defeat it. Lin thought, Tong is an E-rank ghost spirit, 2 rank differences is indeed risky, but the saved experience can be used now. He then used the ghost spirit pill and upgraded Tong. She is now at D rank, and his body also got strengthened by 80%. He starts walking towards the mansion, while the old man tried to stop him. Lin was thinking, if D rank Tong enters her evil mode, then her combat ability should be at C rank. He entered the mansion and start looking for the C rank evil spirit. He noticed the spirit above the staircase, so he ran towards it. But when he reached above, the spirit was not there anymore. He heard the chopping sound, so he wondered if the spirit is hiding in the kitchen. He was hearing sounds of chopping vegetables and maid carrying plates, but when he opened the door, there was nothing inside. Suddenly, someone attacked him from behind, but Tong appeared and saved him in time. As Tong followed the spirit outside the kitchen, another spirit attacked Lin, but he managed to dodge the attack. He gets surrounded by 3 spirits, so he wondered where all these spirits came from. He knows that he can't withdraw his ghost spirit in the middle of a battle, so he escaped them and ran outside. Luckily, his body got strengthened, and his speed has also become faster. But to his surprise, the spirits got vanished, so he wondered if they only appear when he enters the room. He tested by just putting his foot inside and realized that these clothes ghosts aren't its main body, but the evil spirit ability. He understands that because of the area restriction, it is trying all kinds of methods to lure him to the 2nd floor. And then he realized that Tong is in danger right now. He went running and tells Tong to come out of the room since it's a trap. He then noticed a ghost behind him and thought, if this ghost can freely move around, then it must be the main body. He used his dagger and slashed the ghost spirit in half, but to his surprise, his gold dagger has no effect at all. He steps inside the room and gets to know that it's also a cloth ghost, not the main body. But then the other ghosts charge at him since he was now inside their room. He used his spirit token to summon back Tong, and then he ran away from there. He jumped down to save his life, but accidentally fall in the basement. And when he was thinking that C-rank evil spirit is hard to deal with, he saw Tong defending him from something. He then finds the main body of the C-rank spirit, which is unable to move, and it devours souls to become stronger and is able to insert soul energy into objects to control it. It attacked him and Tong starts cutting its tentacles. She then gets injured by it, so Lin came in front of her to protect her. He then get caught by the spirit and was dragged by it. Tong tried to save him, while he was wondering if he is going to be killed. Outside, the old man tells the examiner that a student named Lin Feng went in alone, and it's been 10 minutes, so he must be dead by now. The examiner dashed inside the mansion to save Lin. Lin was on the brink of death, and Tong then activated her evil mode to save him. She dragged him out of the evil spirit and hugs him. The examiner noticed that they are in the basement, so he went to save them. But to his surprise, Tong killed the C-rank spirit instantly, and then she returned to his token. He received 1,000 experience points and 1 ghost spirit potential for killing a C-rank evil spirit. The examiner then vanished and returned to his owner. A butler addressed someone as guild leader and asked if she discovered something during the ghost spirit master test. She replied yes, a young boy called Lin Feng has a unique spirit that has 2 modes, and the 2nd mode got crazy combat ability. The butler said, to be able to obtain such a ghost spirit, this kid sure is lucky. But she said, it's not that simple with his potential. It is possible that he is a physics constitution. The butler gets shocked, because the physics constitution are always sent to headquarters after they are born, and the Liu city has no rights to nurture it. Physics constitution, people with talent, able to tame many ghost spirits. During the beginning of the chaotic era, only people with physics constitution could become ghost spirit master, but they didn't live for long. They either died in the hands of the stronger ghost, or got devoured by evil ghost spirit. Some even became ghosts themselves. After 100 years, using blood, sweat, and tears, people with physics constitution finally found safe ways to nurture themselves. Back at present, Lin came out of the mansion and meet the old man again. The man congrats him on passing and obtaining a mansion at the age of 15. He gives him the key and tells him to go to the floor and register. After a while, in the common area, the other students were talking about a girl who managed to get a noble house. They thought she must be very strong, as it took 5 of the students to group together to get one. The receptionist called Lin Feng name and asked him to show his key. He then gets shocked and shouted he killed an evil mansion spirit. Everyone gets shocked and wondered, how can a student beat a C-rank evil spirit alone? The man then registered Lin and congratulates him, saying he is the first ghost spirit master under 20 to live in a mansion. He then gave 10,000 credit points to him as living fees and said, for the next 3 months, he must earn by himself from doing missions. The girls there said they only have 3,000 points and they still need to split it with teammates, while one wondered if she can live in a mansion if she become his girlfriend. After a while, Lin summoned Tong and praised her while saying, let's go shopping. And to his surprise, this time, Tong responded by nodding. After a while, they reached Suzaka Street to do some shopping. Lin was thinking, even though he won a mansion and 10,000 points, he still need to try and save some money, so he decides to spend around 1,000. He then gets shocked to know that just a bed sheet needs 800 points, and the shopkeeper said, the city is facing a shortage of goods, so many items have risen in price. Lin said, never mind then, as it's actually hot these days. But then he gets surprised to see Tong, who bought a lot of tissues and rolls. Even though they were a lot, Lin bought them for Tong. She then bought a bunch of snacks, then a lot of clothes, and a lot of weapons as well. Above all, even the system asked him to pay 500 credit points to increase his inventory storage. In the evening, while he was returning, he used up 9174 credit points on shopping and has only 826 remaining. Lin was thinking, although it hurts him to buy too much, other side Tong seems very happy, and favorability also increased by a lot. After returning to his mansion, Lin decides to check the missions as they need to earn credit points, or they will run out of money soon. The association requires them to complete 12 missions in 3 months, but the F-rank missions have only around 2,000 points, so he decides to check the medium rank. He checked the list and thought they are not bad, as the rewards are high and it can help leveling up too. But to his surprise, someone took all the missions, there was just one remaining, so he quickly accepted it. Then the next day in Food City, Lin arrived there to complete the mission. He reached the Food City handling area and informed the members that he is there to investigate the matter of missing food. One man tells him the way to reach the mountain cave, as the food is stored there. He added that this ghost is hard to find, so he might have to stay there for a few days. After Lin left, the other guy asked his friend, can this boy even do it? So the man replied, if he is seeking death, then all they can do is let him do it his way. After traveling for a while, Lin finally reached at the food storage entrance. One of the guards asked Lin if he is there to deal with the ghost, and he replied yes. They reached inside and the guard said, the hunger ghost doesn't harm people, but it's a ghost that eats a lot. Recently, a ghost spirit master came, but once human came in, it disappears, thus they can't find it at all. Lin summoned Tong and asked if she can feel the ghost's aura. She activated her evil mode, and this time, a third eye appears on her forehead. Lin looked at her eye and wondered if she got a new ability. Tong was looking at the entrance, so Lin wondered if the ghost is outside. But then she points at a guard, which shocked him. And to everyone's surprise, his pocket started shaking. Lin realized that the hunger ghost was hiding in his pocket all this time. The guard then gets possessed by the hunger ghost, so Lin kicked him in the face. The ghost dashed towards Lin to kill him, but Tong grabbed him by his neck and then put her hand inside his mouth. She then took out the spirit from the guard's body, and it dashed at Lin and the other guard. They find themselves in a dark place and Lin realized that they are in ghost territory. It is a personal space created by the ghost, can be controlled by it, and once entered, it will prevent other people's sight from the outside. The ghost then grabbed the guard and devoured him. Lin tried to save him, but the ghost started eating his leg as well. He attacked it with his gold dagger to save himself, but the ghost was about to bite his leg off. Suddenly, he noticed Tong's hands grabbing its mouth, and then she tear it apart, thus saving him. The system informed him about the rewards, and this time, he obtained a skill called Devour Talent. Tong returned back to her first form, and Lin pats her head to praise her. After a while, he returned back and the guys makes fun of him, asking if he become a coward and came back with his tail between his legs. But to their surprise, Lin said he already killed the evil spirit. Their senior arrived and informed them that the elimination is true, as the storage's ghost aura is gone. The man apologized to Lin for not recognizing his power and said his credit points will be delivered to his account shortly. Then later at night, Lin received his credit points, and the system gave him a mission in which he will need to turn her spirit into C rank, and the reward will be the ghost territory for Tong. Zhu thought today's hunger ghost was relatively weak amongst C rank, so its ghost territory was weak. But if they were to encounter a high-level ghost, they might face casualties. He thought to increase Tong's level in 3 days, he need to pick a bunch of D rank missions. Then the next day, some members were talking about how all the D rank missions are getting stolen the moment they come out. They wondered if it's the same group, then how can they handle it so quickly? Lin and Tong were easily defeating the D rank ghosts and were raising their levels and earning credit points at the same time. In just 2 days, they completed more than 20 D rank missions and Tong reached the C rank, obtained ghost territory, and Lin's body got strengthened by 2 times. Meanwhile, in Lu City's second defense line's random deserted mountain, some ghost spirit masters saw a ghost territory in the middle of the mountain. They were all B rank masters, so they decided to go inside and kill this evil spirit, thinking the ghost drops will be a lot. They went inside and start searching for the boss and the treasures, but couldn't find any of them. They went inside a room and get scared after seeing something. But to their relief, it was just a red dress on a cloth hanger. Their leader checked the dress and said, "This thing is weird." One member added, if there was a ghost, then their spirits would have reacted, so maybe it's hiding outside. While they were leaving, one member shouted, "It's here." He points at the mirror and said, "That ghost is hidden inside it." They tried to summon their spirits, but their ghost spirits were not responding. The leader realized that this is a rare ghost territory, which is able to conceal the sense between ghost spirits, so they shouldn't have entered there. They tried to run away, but the ghost locked them inside. She appeared behind them and then killed them all. The next morning, the other spirit masters arrived and investigate the scene. The leader said they followed it for half a month and finally it appeared. She added that it specializes in running and hiding. They only know it's looking for something, as it came all the way from High City to Lu City. She then used her ability to make 3 more papermen, and ordered the other members to continue pursuing it, and also tell everyone to not go out of the city. The next day, Lin was saying that recently there are more C rank missions. Previously, those were all snatched. He wondered what happened to all the ghost spirit masters, but then he shook his head and said, since he is already outside, he should earn more and test out Tong's new ability. He accepted the C rank mission of eliminating the fruit forest's murdered evil spirit. He reached the location and found a body hanging on a tree, so he thought it must be a farmer's corpse. Half an hour later, Lin finds it strange that even after walking straight, he returned back to the starting point, where farmer's corpse was hanging. He looked back and gets shocked, as there are now more than 10 corpses of the same farmer. Lin realized that even though this looks like the fruit forest, it might be a ghost territory that he entered. He saw a branch attacking him, so he tried to block it, but it passed through his hand. It strangles his neck, but before it could kill Lin, Tong appeared and saved him. The corpses there start moving, so Lin figures that this ghost can control the corpses as well. He ordered Tong to kill all the corpses, and she easily killed them all. For winning the battle, he got 600 spirit experience, 5 favorability, and 1 ghost spirit pill. He also obtained a ghost spirit item, the damaged ghost rope. Lin thought it was killed so quickly as it didn't even activate Tong's ghost territory. But luckily, he obtained some items, so Lin thought that he can earn a lot of money if he sell them in the market. Meanwhile, in Lu City's outer area, there were rumors of a strong ghost who killed many strong spirit masters. They also talked about a newbie called Lin Feng, who obtained a mansion on the first try of the house distribution exam, so they thought he is a physics constitution. 2 masters were hearing this and muttered that Lin can't be a physic constitution. There is just one thing, that his ghost spirit's potential is extremely high. One of them said if they can secretly kill him and obtain his ghost spirit, then they will be rich. Then later at night, in the ghost master's residence area, the 2 spirit masters were outside Lin's mansion, where a boy informed them that he is out on a mission. One of them said he is just a trainee, yet he dares to go out of the city and complete mission. So the boy said he is not a normal person. His spirit is almost C rank. He asked why are they looking for him, but the guy said it's nothing, and then they left. The 2 men then decide to leave the city and hunt Lin down. The senior laughed and said after killing him, he will use his shroud bag to capture his ghost spirit and sell it for a few million. The next morning, Lin woke up and asked Tong if she was guarding outside for the whole night. She blushed after looking at him, so he pats her head and praised her. He then connects the signal of his tracking device to find more C-rank missions. He then received several messages that there is a strong evil spirit outside, so all the ghost masters went back to the city. There was also a message from his classmate that 2 weird men of around age 30 were looking for him, and they went out of the city after hearing that he is there. Lin understands that there is someone who wants to hurt him, and if they are around 30 years old, then they should be C or B rank hunters. He thought they won't be able to find him, but then a thought crossed his mind. The outer city has a strong evil spirit, so if they really dare to come out of the city, then they must be capable of finding him. He checked the mission panel and realized that these last few days, other than him, no one has picked up any E rank or higher mission. The system rule is, once a mission is picked, it will instantly disappear from the mission panel, so they will likely be wiping their device continuously. Once the mission is accepted, other people will be able to swipe their device and see that mission description. After knowing that Lin accepted the mission, they will quickly go and camp there to ambush him. Lin then accepted a mission of eliminating an evil spirit at Xiao Feng Mountain. But instead of going towards Xiao Mountain, he went in the direction of Quarry. He reached Quarry and thought the association never set the rule that he can't do the mission before accepting it. Meanwhile, the guys found that Lin is going towards the Xiao Feng Mountain, so they quickly ran towards the mountain, thinking they can reach there faster than him. They arrived at Xiao Feng Mountain and hide inside a temple to ambush Lin. Meanwhile, inside the Quarry cave, Lin killed the evil spirit. He then went to the residence area to collect the reward, but the guard was saying that no one accepted the mission yet. Lin accepted the mission and asked the guard to check it again. He checked the mission list, and it really was accepted. Meanwhile, in Xiao Feng Mountain, one of the guys said that another mission disappeared at a quarry area, so he tells his friend to stay there and wait for Lin while he will go and see who accepted the mission. He tells him that if he discovers Lin Feng's trace, then don't attack him and message him first. 2 hours later, the man arrived at the quarry resident area, where the guard tells him that a 15 to 16-year-old boy completed the mission. The man grabbed his collar and asked when did he leave and where did he head off to. Scared, the guard points in the direction and said just a while ago he walked this path. After the guy left in a hurry, the guard texted someone while thinking, this kind of trash attitude isn't supposed to be a ghost master. Lin received the message, saying, just as he expected, a middle-aged ghost master came looking for him and just left in a hurry. Some hours ago, Lin gave 5,000 credit points to the guard for sharing the information of any guy who will come looking for him. At present, Lin thought the plan is successful. One person is chasing after him from the quarry, which means they have split it up. He smiled, thinking that man must be waiting for him to accept the mission. He has already killed another ghost, and then he accepted the mission to attract the ghost master. One of them will follow him to the Cold Waters cave, while he will return to the Feng Mountain and kill the other guy. Meanwhile, the guy informed his partner that Lin is in Cold Water Cave, so he is going after him. Lin was quickly going towards Xiao Feng Mountain, thinking since they are after his life, then they shall pay with their lives. Suddenly, Tong came out of his token and covered him inside her field. Lin then noticed an evil spirit in the sky, moving at a high speed. He realized that this was Tong's new skill, and she used it to hide his presence. The system said Tong awakened Ghost Territory additional ability called Ghost Stealth. Also, he obtained a lucky draw chance. The system then showed him a wheel with different skills on it, so Lin decides to try it out. After spinning the wheel, he got the skill called Ghost Artifact Repair, which can repair and upgrade ghost artifacts. The repair ability directly formed inside his brain, and this method requires Tong's help. He takes out the damaged ghost rope that he obtained after killing the rope ghost. And with the help of Tong, he successfully repaired the damaged rope. The system tells him the use of the rope, that he can use it for binding ghosts. Lin gets happy, thinking it might be useful in the upcoming combat. Suddenly, he heard someone calling him Brat, so he turned around. They were the ghost masters, who are investigating the red dress ghost. A girl said he must be a ghost master trainee, so has he seen a red, but then she said never mind, because if he really saw it, he wouldn't have survived. She tells him that the outer city is very dangerous, so if he doesn't want to die, then he should return back to the city. After they left, Lin thought, even Tong is afraid of that red light, and why is it chased by the Ghost Master Association's members? He understands that red light is the reason for sealing the city, and luckily, he is heading in a different direction. Meanwhile, in the first defense area training camp, the leader was shocked to see the reports of the dead masters, as they all died before even summoning their spirits. She then gets a message from her team that the ghost is heading to Xiao Mountain's southwest district. They also informed her about a young ghost master trainee who still hasn't returned to the city, so inform the school to notify the students. Later at night, Lin was hiding behind a tree, thinking where the other ghost master is hiding. He thought, to ambush him, they must occupy the best view spot, so it must be over there. The guy called his friend and said that brat Lin Feng still hasn't come, and his hand is so itchy. Lin was above him, waiting for him to disconnect the phone, while the guy said the buyer gave 700,000 before they even showed him the ghost spirit. Lin gets angry after hearing, not only do they want to kill him, but also want to sell his ghost spirit. And as soon as the call disconnected, Tong attacked the guy. The guy quickly summoned his cat-face C-rank spirit, and it attacked Tong. The guy jumped back, but finds Lin behind him with a dagger, and then he stabbed him. The cat-face ghost unleashed his ghost territory to save his master. Inside the territory, there were a lot of cats, who started attacking Lin and Tong. But then, Tong activated her own ghost territory and killed them all. Lin calls Tong a kid, as her ghost territory is an amusement park. Even though it only has toys and fun stuff, Lin finds it scary. And then, all of the toys become alive and attack the ghost master and his spirit. The cat-face spirit was trying its best to defend, and the ghost master thought, luckily he dodged it. But then, something arises from the ground and looked at him. Before the master could do anything, the toy killed him. And as soon as the man got killed, both ghost territories starts disappearing. But to Lin's surprise, instead of returning back to Feng Mountain, he find himself in a strange place. He wondered if the place is another layer of the ghost territory. And then, he saw the cat-face ghost running away, and Tong chased after him, even though he tried to stop her. He wondered, why is Tong not listening to him, or is it because of that ghost knocking that wooden fish which controls everything? The cat-face ghost then entered a space, and Lin noticed a pair of shoes trying to run away, but they were trapped. Tong almost entered the space, and Lin realized that he definitely can't let her enter there. He used his ghost rope on Tong, and dragged her out of that space. They both then returned to Feng Mountain, and Tong showed him the red shoes. Meanwhile, at the other side, the ghost masters were following that red light. Suddenly, it changed direction and charged toward them, so the girl ordered her men to prepare for battle. But to her surprise, the red ghost's target was not them, so she realized that the thing it's looking for has appeared. Back at Feng, the system informed him that Tong can be upgraded to B rank, so does he wish to continue? And Lin replied with yes. Tong has been upgraded to B rank and his body got strengthened by 2 times. He then gets a new mission of binding with a second ghost spirit, and he can select a new ghost spirit token and nurture it as a partner until successfully binded. Lin couldn't believe that not just upgrading, it can also increase ghost aura, as normal ghost masters need to work hard for so many years to get it. He has a lot of ghost tokens, so he decides to pick the best one for the second ghost spirit. The system confirmed if he wished to select the red shoes as his second spirit token, and Lin replied with yes. He then gets a mission of returning the shoes back to its owner, the marriage bride, and the reward is 15 favorability. The system also added that those who damage the shoes will be attacked by the marriage bride, so complete the mission under the condition of not getting killed. After a while, Lin said it's strange, as even though that ghost master died in the ghost territory, there should be his corpse. He wondered if it got sucked into that nunnery like the cat-face ghost. Even marriage bride's shoes were found there, so that nunnery is not simple. But then, he finds the ghost master's tracking device. He knows, now that he has those shoes, that marriage bride must be coming towards this place, so first he put the shoes in the inventory. 10 minutes later, on the Feng Mountain cliff edge, Lin said it's good, since he can clearly see the mountains surrounding from there. He then sent a message from the Ghost Master device to the other master that Lin has arrived and is resting. He will complete his mission tomorrow. The guy replied, he is coming there, and then they will attack him together. After luring the guy, Lin decides to take a nap. The Ghost Master was killing the E-rank ghost on the way, and said he will soon kill Lin and get his ghost spirit. The leader heard everything with her paper skill and decides to inform Lin about it. She then tells her subordinates that the 15-year boy that they encountered is genius Lin Feng, and now a ghost master is after his life at Xiao Feng Mountain. The leader added that she sent the paper man to inform him about the situation, but they should pick up the pace too, as the red ghost also went in that direction. The next morning, Paperman finds Lin sleeping on the cliff. It tried to wake him up and then changed into the humanoid form and said he is in danger, so Lin asked if the marriage bride is an evil spirit. Confused, it asked Lin if he has seen it before, and he replied yes from a distance. He knows that he can't tell anyone about the system, and then the paperman said that a B-rank master is heading there to kill him. But it gets surprised after hearing that Lin was waiting for that master to arrive. He then receives a message from the ghost master Shan that he arrived at the mountain base. The leader tells him through the paperman that she can't protect him without her real body, so don't do stupid things. She noticed just how calm Lin is, so she asked if his spirit has reached the scary rank. Lin replied yes, and the leader thought just a while ago it was at E rank, so what's with this growth speed? She thought if he is not a physics constitution, then he is once in a 100-year hidden state body. Lin then tells the paperman to just wait and watch. Shan received the message that Lin is still sleeping in the temple, so come and find me at the East Mountain Tops tree. Shan arrived at the location, but couldn't find his friend. He noticed a shoe on the ground, so he picked it up, wondering, what is that? The leader then confirms that according to Lin, that shoe is what the marriage bride is looking for. He replied yes, and it's the part of the set, and now her target will be that idiot, who is holding that shoe. Suddenly, Tong came out and used her skill to hide Lin's presence, so he said, it's here. The marriage bride was coming at full speed, and Shan wondered what that thing is. She appeared in front of him and unleashed her ghost territory instantly. Lin then heard someone saying that they have arrived. Lin asked the woman if she is the leader, and she replied yes. The leader said, thanks to him, that evil spirit has shown itself, so she will go and eliminate it now. But Lin said he is coming along. He was thinking, while these guys will restrain the marriage bride, he will find a chance to complete the mission of passing back the shoes. The leader then ordered her team members to not summon their spirit first, directly head in, don't scare it away, and then they entered in her territory. There were lights and colors everywhere, like the place of getting married. The leader used her paper skill to explore the place, but it got destroyed in seconds, so she ordered the others to summon their ghosts. And just as she expected, no one was able to summon their ghosts anymore. She then ordered them to quickly leave the place, but as they tried to run away, they find the door closed. Two men tried to use physical strength to open the door, but to no avail. Suddenly, they heard someone scream from behind. When they turn around, they see the ghost master Shan came flying out of a room. He collided with the wall and injured his head. And then, the marriage bride ghost appeared. The leader tells everyone to not act rashly and said she will sacrifice her life and force Xiao Bai to wake up. Lin then asked her if one can separate the ghost domain for a short time, then can they summon their ghosts, and the leader replied yes, but asked, how can they do that? Lin then summoned Tong and she came out of his spirit token. Everyone gets surprised to see that Lin can actually summon his ghost. He used Tong's ghost domain to separate themselves from the marriage bride ghost territory. He tells everyone to summon their ghosts, as they are now in Tong's independent space. The marriage bride attacked them, but just as Lin said, the leader managed to summon her ghosts this time. Lin noticed two ghosts and figures that the first one is just a puppet stand-in like an airplane, and this B-rank ghost is her real ghost spirit, Xiao Bai. Xiao Bai then attacked the marriage bride, but she stopped all her attacks. Lin realized that they were equal in power and thought, this is a perfect opportunity to complete his mission of returning the red shoe. The marriage ghost stopped attacking after seeing her red shoe, and Lin tells everyone to stop attacking immediately. The leader gets confused, but he said they have suppressed her, so listen to him right now. He slowly walked toward the bride while saying, is this her shoe? He just found it, so he will return it to her. The system tells him that he got 15 bond points for returning the shoe to marriage bride. The leader asked him why he returned the shoe and asked if he wants to control her as a second ghost. She said, this bride ghost is an evil spirit and this heaven-defying ghost realm is too dangerous. The bride then put on shoes that was a match for her dress. And as soon as she put on her shoes, she transformed into her complete form and become a level A evil spirit. The leader gets worried as the ghost energy of the bride is now 2 times stronger than before. Lin saw her rank and thought, the 15 favorability is not enough now. The bride then walked towards Lin, and the leader's spirit dashed towards her. But before she could attack the bride, the ghost masters and the leader's spirit got pushed back to the real world. The members said maybe the bride escaped, but the leader noticed that Lin is missing and realized that the bride pushed them out of her ghost territory. The yellow-haired girl said that boy named Lin Feng isn't simple, they all managed to escape because of him, so she thinks that maybe he can tame the marriage bride. The leader then tells everyone to go back to the city, while she will stay there to handle Lin Feng's matter. She also tells them to not spread any of the information about the marriage bride's unique territory. Inside, Lin was confused, thinking, why did everyone disappear? The system then gave him one more task to increase 15 favorability by entering her room and combing the bride's hair. He entered the bride's room, who was already there waiting for him. Lin wondered, how is he supposed to comb her hair if he can't see them? But then he saw her face in the mirror and realized, it's time to show his skills. He picked the comb from the table and looked at the mirror to see her face. He started combing her hair and thought, it's progressing much smoother. This mission also got completed and the system gives him a new mission of preventing the marriage of the marriage bride. And the reward is 20 favorability. Lin gets happy as by completing this one mission, he will be able to bind with the bride ghost. And as he was thinking that, he gets dragged into the mirror. He arrived in the era where the marriage bride used to live. He saw a beautiful girl who asked him if she is looking good. Her name is Quanqiu, 17 years old and the eldest daughter of a wealthy merchant. She gives him a half comb, saying she and he each will have one, but Zhu was confused. And then to his surprise, she addressed him as Zai and said, husband name can't be called casually. He then looked into the mirror and find himself in the body of Lin Zaimo, Lin's family third son and the childhood friend of Quanqiu. Lin was confused, thinking, if she is going to marry him, then how is he supposed to stop her? After some days, his elder brother was making fun of him, saying, even though he is a childhood friend of Quanqiu, there is no way she will gonna marry him. He said she will be marrying a large family, and yesterday, General Guangyi sent people to propose marriage, so she will be married soon. And when Lin heard that the general is 48 years old, he understands the meaning of stopping the marriage, as Quanqiu is forced to marry an old man. His brother then gives him an invitation letter that Quanqiu asked him to give it to Lin. She wrote everything in the letter that her dad agreed to the general's marriage proposal. She rejected many times, but her words mean nothing. She tried to escape and leave the family, but she was locked in the chamber by her own parents, so in this life, they can't be together. She added that the general Song has a high authority, so please do not try to do anything to prevent himself from being endangered. Lin sighed, thinking her parents are just like his, who left him to die on the streets. No matter how much the era changes, humans are always greedy. Children are just tools to stratify the parents. He put down the letter in anger and said he won't let this tragedy happen. Then on the day of the marriage, he disguised himself as one of the general's Song helpers and reached outside Quanqiu's house. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.